What's up, y'all? We have another live trade to start in just a little bit. All right. So the first thing we do is we check Forex Factory, see what news we have for the day. So we had some at 8:30. We had some Euro news at 8:45 as well, so in 4 minutes. So in the meantime, while we're waiting, um, we're gonna log into all my accounts so I can show y'all. I didn't take any trades. The only trade I took this month was one trade. So we're just being patient, following the rules, same thing every day. So first account, this one right here, 3.35 drawdown right here. Refresh. Here we go. And then we got our, what's it called, second account. Just refresh this right here. And yeah, so you see that everything was the same for those accounts. Just following rules. So gold, we're on gold right here. And practically let's see, we're moving technically the same. So I talked about this yesterday when we broke out of this range. I was looking for it was around this area. Price paused against the 1020. That's something I want to see. So a flush is basically price resetting. So price coming down under all the MAs. Then um price usually makes 4 to 5 fractal breaks of structure in the overall direction for a cycle. So we have the first, second, third, and yeah, we have the fourth one. You can say fifth one, or you can just call it both of this the fourth one because they're so close together. But either way, made the fourth one and then it reset it by flushing onto the MAs like that again. And it did the same thing right here. This gold is having it like whenever price is on a beautiful trend, it's gonna do this cycle right here. So, and if it's not doing the cycle, it's just not a good market condition for me to trade personally. It may be good for you, but it's not good for me, and that's what I'm focused on. So we have this, and yeah, here's my, you can just go for this the fourth one, make it simple. There you go. And then we had a reset where it flushed, and I'm expecting the same thing, a push out of this area, restarting the cycle. But since price is in this area as of right now, I'm not interested in it for a 5 minute entry because it can easily just chop around in this area. It's not ready for a potential move upwards. And that's what I want to. I want to get involved with the trend higher. So what I want to see is price to at least start proving itself, um, projecting against the MAs, just like over here. And then I'll look for confirmation on the 5 minute. right now it's not ready for 5 minute entries. So gold, it looks clean and we can wait. Anything can happen during the session. It'll be that time. So anything move like this is easy for it to happen. But we just gotta see as time goes by whether it's likely for the move to happen during the session or it's probably not. But after I was looking at this area right here yesterday and I didn't like it because of how choppy it was on the lower time frame right here. But if you notice right here, price created I did like a quick look. Price created a clean setup right here, but it was out of time. So it was around where spreads widened. So either way, I wouldn't have took this entry. But you can see the same thing that I looked for. You can see the difference basically with this area when I was looking at it. It was choppy right here. Or if I came at this exact time and say this was in the session and everything, this exact time, this would have been a good entry where it just came down immediately, pushed up, set up, buy stop. This would have took me out instantly. But after that, it started chopping around and I wouldn't be interested because what I want to see is just a quick down move, no chop around, just like this. Quick down move, makes a move up, pauses, goes. Or it can make a quick down move. Maybe it's moved sideways down here, but as long as it pops out of that consolidation, then it's a nice setup where it's impulse, it pauses. And it pauses basically the candle that prints before taking out the previous candle's high. And it's rejecting off of the MAs, it's not breaking through the 10 and 20. This would have been a phenomenal entry right here, a one-to-one break even. And yeah, close in when the full position when it breaks the 10, the black line for management. There's so many ways you can manage a trade, but yeah, so that's just a little case study. But you can see how the market condition is different right now. This right here, not doing anything. I'm not interested in gold as of right now. Let's see, not really doing much. So we flush, came here, pause, came here, reflushed. This looks like it does look like overall consolidation to me as well, right here. I'm just not interested in USD CAD specifically right now. It's not really doing much to me. Yeah, yeah, not doing much. It's not ready, not anything. So I'll actually put this in like this blue because it's not ready. Meta, let's see what's going on. Meta flushed here, came down, paused. Looks like it's coming to pause right here. But at the same time, if we look at the 30-minute, not ready for a 5 minute entry, a lower time frame entry, only because look, look at what's happening right here. We're just in this area. I need a reflection. So if we can get like some type of move away, pause against the MAs, I could look for all lower time frame shorts. I can keep this as actually I'll keep this as green because it can do something a little more. That makes sense to me. Uh, USD chef, I can already tell it's not looking good because we're still chopping around. We've been chopping around all week. Just drag that forward. Euro USD still doesn't look good. Because like I said, price is going to continue to chop around, and what I'm expecting is for price to make a move out of like higher out of this range for clarity. Right now, even though my setup, you can find my setups in here. It's just gonna lead to random results because this is not a market condition I'm happy with trading. I'm not ready at all because you know, even though we're moving lower and everything, especially on the high time frame. Let me just show y'all that real quick. Yeah, moving lower. I said I was expecting the targets of these lows down here, but the problem is we're consolidating right here. We're consolidating, not doing much. We came out during the range. It would have been good if it paused against the MAs and then continued lower, but instead we reflushed right here, and we're still chopping. So we're still technically in this range right here. So there's nothing for me to do. Bitcoin, I can already tell it's not looking good. Probably still in that same area. Yeah, this looks ugly. Looks basically like USDJP. While the same thing's chopping around. Came down. It would have been good if it paused right here and continued lower, but it's not doing anything I want to see. Yeah, as of right now, none of the markets are really doing anything. They could set up something like make a move a little bit later on in this session, so I could wait a bit to see what may happen. Just observe it. My job as a trader is just to sit on the sidelines until I find something that makes sense to me to trade. Yeah, nothing really significant. Let me see about like what's going on here. Actually, we might have something for US 30 specifically. There might be something here. Because look at this. So we reflushed because we already had a bearish cycle, right? Reflush came down. The 30-minute right here is what we were doing on this 30-minute. Reflushed. This is actually clarity to me. If we can pause against this 10 or 20 right here, we're looking for lower time frame confirmations. As long as it just looks clean with the setup, I'll take a short. But yeah, I'll add US 30 into the watch list right here. I'll add that in. That looks actually clean to me. That looks really clean. US 30 right here. Yeah, show me some clarity. Yeah, show me clarity. Yeah, this is showing clarity. Looks like it may set something up right now too. Not right now, but you know what I mean. May push up here in one candle, but we got stop. Let's see where it goes. No, I got some price differences on my accounts. Oh shit. How do I look at trying to look it was that's I'm trying to see what the price is at 39. Basically, I'm just checking all the prices on my account to see, and then make my decision accordingly. Mm, interesting. Interesting. So use 30. I'm trying to come up with my game plan if it's the setup because um of the price differences. I might just enter one account. Yeah, I might just enter one account, one or two. It depends. here before I make any decisions. Let me see. Do I have? Uh, what I do have this. So what I can do is because QQQ should be moving somewhere. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add. This is what I'm gonna do for the game plan because QQQ should be moving somewhere to this area. Let me see. Let me see where this is moving. This is like a more choppy version. Yeah. 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 So what I'm gonna do is let me look at this thing. This is DJ thing, so it should be here. Watch this. Yeah. Um, let me actually see what's the price. 39. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah, this is a. Yeah, this is. Yeah. All right, so this is my game plan because this is just in case it sets up. I told you, I think I mentioned it before, but I have an account with Darwin that's two, so I can build a long term track record for investors and stuff like that. Just a longer term play on my end. But what I'm gonna do is for two accounts, because two out of three accounts, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick one account, trade it, like not trade it, but I'm gonna enter like a stop, and then I'm gonna if I have time, I'm gonna do the other account, but I'm not in no rush. Yeah, but basically I did all that preparation because you know just in case it sets up, I want to be prepared. In business, you want to be prepared. Have your game plan ahead of time. So if price does end up making a move like that, we could have a nice setup. But as long as we're not chopping around in this area before it makes that move, then it wouldn't make sense because at that point it would just look like a consolidation to me. And then this move upwards would be like a fake out to me, and then it pops back in the range. Could easily get chopped out again. So yeah, I like US30. That's probably the one that may set up actually today. It's the only one that looks like it could probably make some type of move. Yeah, I'm just looking at the story and what it's telling me. Like even right now, this right here isn't really enough for me to like make a decision. Because, mm, it's not really enough for me to make a decision. The reason why I'm saying it's not enough is because of the price action right here. It's too trapped in one area, basically. Um, trapped in one area. So we have started a mini consolidation. Yeah, yeah, we started like a mini consolidation. Came down, came down. Yeah, nothing to really do right as of right now. It's just a waiting game. Then everything else is what really look clear, in my opinion. And we got, yeah. So what is my game plan? So it's 9 o'clock right now. My game plan is just to basically wait for this move to happen right here, and then if this move happens, I will check the lower time frames to see how how good the setup looks. Is it really bad of a consolidation, or is it a straight line? Because this can be seen as like this. So if we continue with like a move upwards like this, so example like because we're respecting it like these higher highs and higher lows right here, right? So I think one thing that will make this confirm that it's like an actual consolidation for me is if this candle like just breaks down again, right? At that point, I would be like, okay, yeah, that's complete confirmation in this area to not look for it, anything. Because we could just make a move up here, break down, and create a clean setup. So either that or a new range. I'm just gonna be patient on that. Be patient. Yeah, other than that, there's nothing really to do. Other than I could do right now is I could set alerts on the other ones that I'm watching, like gold. I could set a potential alert if price like it's not somewhere specifically, but maybe like just if price gets above this area or something like that. One of those, if price gets above that area, I could potentially start watching gold as well, something like that. I'm gonna set an alert right here. Maybe even just above this wick right here. Just a general area. It's not really like a price point. It's all about what price is doing in that area. So if it looks like if I have like a clean break and it's pausing and something cleanly like that, then it's like okay, the context is there, basically. But if it's just if it tags the alert, but it's just wicking in this area back and forth, then the context is not right. So it's just about like just looking at the story of what the market is telling you. So I'm a 33 forward to let me just do this instead of memorizing the price point. But gold has been clean, moving. Gold has been clean, moving perfectly in the cycle. It's just I need to I just need to position myself at the right time because most of the moves just happen out of session, basically. This is a perfect cycle right here. Gotcha. I put my alert up. Do I have another alert? Oh, I do. This is the alert I had set yesterday. Oh yeah, let me go back to US30 because that looks like the most promising one to set up. So I got my alert set for that. And let me set some alerts for Meta as well because I'm watching Meta. If it can push down a little bit lower. Um, a good price point would be like around like here, just as it breaks this. If it can break this area and with like some momentum, this is let me just do that easy like that. Create a simple alert like that on the channel. All right, there we go. So out of all these markets, I mean, not technically not all of them because some of them I can't trade on my accounts, but most of the markets, even though I have it on my watch list, it's not like I'm trading everything that I see. It's just a specific condition that needs to align for me to take a trade. Then one thing you gotta also understand as well is there's gonna be times throughout the year, depending on what time frame you trade as well. There's different factors on like the time frame you trade and the the confirmations you use. But depending on all that, there's gonna be times throughout the year where you're not getting as much setups. There's gonna be times where you're getting as much setup. But it's just important to trade exactly how you did during your demo testing phase and your back testing phase. It's important to trade exactly just like that. Okay, so let's actually look at the lower time frame real quick. Hold on real quick. Sorry, y'all. Had to lock out my door real quick. Alright, so this is doing what I'm expecting. We are pushing up towards this 10. So let me check the lower time frames. What are we doing real quick? Okay. So we're making that what I was talking about earlier, where we're making moves higher. We didn't completely like we didn't chop around basically, because if we were chopping around, it wouldn't be respecting all these lower time frame structures higher, right? So what I would want to see price to do is basically from this area right here. This is a perfect area. I want it to push down, right? Pause against the 10 and 20. So the pause is basically another candle printing before taking out the previous candle's low in this case, because we're looking for shorts. And I'll set a sell order um for my account. As long as it's rejecting against the 10 and 20, or if it's slightly above, that's okay. But as long as it doesn't break back through, because if it breaks back through, then I'm not really, it's not really showing me it wants to go lower. The orders are supporting it lower, basically. So my game plan, because like I talked about earlier, I have I have basically I have two different accounts with different prices. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick my FXify account, right? And I'm gonna place the order there. And if I have time to place another order for my other account, I'll do that. If I don't have time, I won't force it. That's basically my game plan on what I'm doing. Yeah. So I have to watch it on this because my Specify account goes with this one right here. So you got to keep in mind for like indices. Sometimes there's going to be like price differences if you trade in different accounts, stuff like that. Yeah. Even though I'm expecting this move to happen, it doesn't mean it's gonna happen. So I show up to the markets already not expecting anything to happen. That's what I do. I just show up expecting nothing to happen. So if something does end up happening, it's like, okay, cool, something happened. Am I willing to take a risk on whatever's happening? I'll also disconnect my trade copier. Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect my trade copiers because the thing, I'm not sure if this is gonna actually happen because I never tried it. But since they have different price differences, if I place a like an entry right here, let's just say one has the price right here, and then my other account has maybe a price difference that's down here. If I place like a sell order, it may place the order for my other account all the way down here because of the price differences. If you get what I'm saying. So that's what I'm trying to avoid basically. I'm basically seeing how this candle is gonna react. Like, are we gonna break down and then pause by the 10 and 20? Or are we gonna start to consolidate in the area? Those are things I'm asking myself as prices doing what it's doing. Like if you ever read Trading in the Zone, I read that back in 2021. You will see that the thought process I'm saying right now is basically the same. Market does not owe you anything. The market does not have to do anything you expect it to do. I read that back in 2021, like the beginning of 2021. Um, I wasn't even a full year into my journey, probably a couple of months. I don't even think I understood that properly. I read it, I understood it, but I didn't really understood it. I don't know you really even know how to explain it properly. But you know when you read something, but you're still making still the same trading mistakes over time. I wasn't really actually implementing that. I think I probably maybe even forgot about those lessons. But as when I started to test my system and do the proper work, then I realized me just looking back at that book, I'm like, okay, that's what that book really meant. Even though like you have a strategy and stuff like that, it does the market does not have to do it. That's why we don't have 100% win rate. So you see, we're not doing anything great right now. Like this candle, we just rejected right now, continuing upwards. So it's nothing too like significant. But yeah, once you like understand that the market doesn't have to do anything you want it to do, then it's like you just trade, like just trade, nothing more, nothing less. You gotta understand, we're working on probabilities here. Oh, and then a lot of traders don't understand there's multiple ways to get to your withdrawals or payouts or whatever. There's multiple ways because a lot of the times people just show their payouts, but they don't show like the process that got to the payouts. So they people start thinking that it was people start thinking when they see a payout, um it's very like easy in terms of the trades. It was just a simple, maybe you took like a few wins in a row, maybe just a small loss, and then so on. Yeah, that can be the case, but other times there's so many other ways to get a get a payout as well, where maybe you're taking a lot more break evens, minor losses, and then you have a huge win, right? It's all about the edge. It doesn't matter, but as long as you come out profitable, right? Then it doesn't matter how you got to the payout. And then one thing as well is a lot of traders will think when they're taking a lot of break evens or even losses, they're doing something wrong when that's not necessarily the case as well. And I even seen this last year as well. A lot of traders they I guess it's just a psychology thing, but whenever you're winning and you're posting your wins, you having just a good, you have a good few months, everybody's gonna be asking what strategy you trade, right? Everybody's gonna be asking that. But as soon as you hit that losing streak, everybody's gonna be telling you, um, your strategy doesn't work. You need to trade a different strategy. There's gonna be a few people that understand how trading probabilities work and tell you to keep going. And that's why you're gonna see like a lot of people, many people may not want to trade online and stuff like that because of it being toxic, basically. So still nothing like significant here. It's just projecting off of this area right here. Nothing happening. We're just waiting. Let me quickly check over. Sorry, I just clicked this multiple times and it didn't do anything. There we go. Yeah, gold is still not doing anything. If y'all can see, and yeah, so I'm just waiting for it. I'm just still waiting. I mean, if you just think about it, just why not have the patience? Because if you think about it, you're not doing much work when you're trading. You're not, even when you're on the lower time frames. I mean, they still can depend on your your strategy and what you look for. Because I know there's some people on the lower time frames, they're gonna be finding what 30 trades in a week or whatever. But I forgot what I was trying to say. I forgot what I was gonna say. It is what it is. I ain't gonna stress it about trying to remember what I was trying to say. Let me just talk about something else. Even though like I don't get a lot of views on my videos or on my live streams, it still doesn't really matter to me because I don't post videos like a lot of people do to make money. Because if I was doing it to make money, I would have been stop posting videos. I would have been. It's just the fact that I actually love trading, right? I actually love trading, and actually want to help somebody. Um, yeah, I just also want to help somebody out. Like even if it's just one person, they gain some type of value that can help them on their trading journey. That's fine with me. That is actually fine with me. Because trading to me is just so boring. Like I have so much time throughout the day. Like there's nothing to do throughout the day. Actually, did I set myself up to actually do something throughout the day because I would just be thinking about the charts all day. That's why I have my own business and everything, and that's why I also that's another reason why I make the YouTube videos as well. I just it also helps me stay disciplined too because if I set a goal for YouTube as well, I'm be like, okay, I can accomplish that goal. I could prove to myself I could stay disciplined by setting the goal, setting the plan, and then just taking action on that plan consistently. So, the same type of thing where you have to stay disciplined on the charts, you can apply that in real life as well. Like you stay disciplined for something else or working out. That's something I've been doing as well. I've been doing that 5 days um most weeks, but 5 days a week for a couple of months. I ain't gonna lie, there was like a week or two that I skipped because I wasn't feeling as good. But I recognized that and I was like, okay, this week I'm gonna do 7 days because I have been really consistent with the workouts and all of that. And even with YouTube, I've been consistent with like just record a couple shorts in one day, schedule them out, and just talk and give value, whatever is on my mind, give value based on what I experience. Because I don't come on here just acting like I know it all because I don't. You know, I'm still on my own journey. This is what my channel's about. But if I can help somebody based on my experience as well, then that's good with me. Then I even set myself up where I'm posting a video every week, and it's not necessary to get views. It's just the fact that I love it and there's nothing to do. Because if you just have trading, um, that's all you do, you're gonna realize how boring it is, especially when the market condition is just not in your favor and it's just there's no trade days like how I am. Because last year I had a better trade frequency. I had a better trade frequency, but another thing that's affecting my trade frequency right now is not only the market condition, but it's also the fact that I did a lot more refinements. And refinements are good because, it helps you just take the best types of setups. There's a lot of setups I could have avoided last year, you know. But yeah, what else can I talk about? I wonder if anybody even makes it this long into the live streams. Probably like I'm an hour in. Wow, I'm an hour in talking to myself. Let's see what it's doing right now. It's not. It's still just rejecting off of this area. It's not showing me like willingness to go lower. Rejecting. Yeah. What I don't want to see happen is price breaks this area. I don't really call it just like a, even though it's a trend line, I don't really use it for that purpose, like a break of the trend line. I'm just looking for a general area where price could just break out of with momentum, like in a straight line, basically. But what I don't want to see is price break this area and then re-break through. That's what I don't want to see. That's what I don't want to see. Let me take a look at Meta. What Meta doing? Did my alert not go off? Okay, Meta. That's weird. My alert did not go off for this trend line. Unless I didn't pay attention. But let me see. Meta. Damn, that whip was nasty right there. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. So basically, we had a flush. I would have to wait for this candle to close, see how it closes, then I need that pause. That pause that gets along that 10 and 20. And I can just see what we're doing, if it makes sense. Yeah, that's all it is. Let's see, what else can I talk about when I'm waiting for? I've been thinking about this right here, this area. If it's set up cleanly, I will take like a trade for my challenge specifically to get me over the line to pad, or I may enter into accounts for challenges. The reason why is, like I said, price is fractal, right? Even though I'm waiting for a 5 minute entry, I can take a 30 minute for a challenge because look at this. It's the same type of movement that I wait for my entry time frame. Where we look at this, nice clean movement, nice movement down. The trend line, like it's just a straight move down, right? Basically. Now, if we can get like it has to move upwards, preferably I would say preferably like after it breaks this high right here, just so I can avoid getting caught in consolidation. But this would ain't too bad. I mean, If it could show some momentum pauses, a clean pause against the MAs, then that's a challenge trade for me. Yeah, I think it would make more sense if it got above the high first too. If it made that setup. That's what I got my. But you can see how fractal it is. Do, 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 do. Mm, mm, mm. Nothing for me. The reason why I wouldn't get involved in this area because of this right here. It's okay for price to move sideways above here, but I wouldn't want it to move sideways down here like this. Sideways down here, then move up. But it's okay. The reason why it's okay in my eyes for price to move sideways up at the top is because if we're forming a consolidation at the top and then we break down, that would be like a break of the consolidation, like a break of that range, basically. Okay, come on, it's probably gonna break with a little with some momentum. I want to see some clarity here. I want to see like the type of clarity I want is the clarity that I say, okay, if I take a loss, I'm happy with that. That's the type of clarity. You don't want no doubt in your mind where, damn, like it's if you ended up taking the losses, like, could I have really executed that better? That's a really look as clean as I wanted it to. That's the stuff you wanna ask. Hey, like something like this, if it's moving like this, if it completes like that, I would like that. Like if it closes like that, we just gonna eye it. We gonna eye it. Like, we gonna let price do its thing. Because the price is the type to be like, oh, trying to show you something, and then it's gonna reject all the way up, and you would have thought you was gonna get your entry today, or you gonna get that entry. I like how it's moving so far. We gonna wait for that closure. Oh, I want a nice clean closure, like not no baby closure. I want to see some volume. I want to see some volume. I always say this as well. It may seem like price is playing with you, but price is just doing what it's doing, right? Like I know we be joking sometimes with like price be playing, cause you know this could be somebody's TP right now, and it's just hovering up, hovering, rejecting, almost there to their TP. Somebody's probably throwing their lots out right now because it's not hitting the TP, but the price is just doing what it's doing. I even said that last year, cause I would there was times last year where price would be almost near my area where I would um want to close it, and it's like rejecting a little bit, rejecting, playing around. But but when I just hold it, it ends up hitting it either way. We got like 40 seconds. We want to see how this candle closes. We want to see. See. Still nothing significant because like we're still just in the same area, not doing anything. So same type of movement. That path well. Clean break. That's my entry would be something like that. So stop like that. Meta. Let me see. Look. See what Meta's doing. Cause Meta told me to look right now. Hell nah. Look at this right here. Like even though I set my alert right here, I told y'all in order for me to watch this, I wanted a nice clean break out of this low right here. So far, it's rejecting. We do still have 9 minutes of this candle, so it can still do anything. So I'm gonna leave that alert on. Do I still have it on? Did it? Yeah, I still have the alert on. I'm gonna leave it on because I don't judge candles based on what it's doing at the moment, but based on the closure. Except when I'm taking my entries. My entries are just gonna be like through the high or low or low. So either one of that. So we're gonna wait here. Let's see. What I could talk about. And if you're still on your journey, just remember that everything is will work out. You just gotta keep working towards it. Keep actually believing in yourself and keep going. 'Cause mind you, failure don't happen until you quit. So as long as you don't quit what you're doing right now, as long as you keep going, you're gonna keep getting better. Cause think about it. If you've been doing this for at least, let's just say at least 6 months, at least 6 months, at least a year. Look back at when you first started. Look at your thought process versus now. You can see some improvement. If you don't see any improvements, that means you just wasn't working hard enough. But I guarantee you, like if you've been doing it consistently for 6 months to a year, just actually practicing, you're gonna notice that you have been improving 1%. And over time, you're just gonna notice that wow, I'm getting better and better. You're just gonna get closer to that goal. So that's what keeps me going, so I can reach, my goals. Because I notice I'm doing way better than how I was doing when I first started. And the fact that I'm already, even though they're not large payouts that you're gonna see, I'm on my 15th payout. So that's still something I have to remind myself that, oh, that's pretty good because if you look at the stats of people who actually try to get to their first payouts, and not only that, the fact that it's not like getting these accounts consistently just losing them after, getting the accounts, then losing them, getting the accounts, then losing them. So that stuff, certain stuff, you just gotta look at your journey, see how you're doing better, and just tell yourself that you're really doing better. Now, how can I improve? That's it. 'Cause even though I have these accounts, the 200K in funded, I don't think like I don't think I'm on top of the world or anything like that. Even though there's a lot of money that could be made, because there's still a lot more to be done. If you get what I'm saying. Because me personally, I need me a $10 million trading account while I'm trading. I need a $10 million trading account. Like there's like if you think deeper than what you see online and the actual trading professionals, like them, they're trading these large size accounts, crazy size accounts, and it's not like they're trying to aim for these massive 300% returns in a year or whatever online be telling people. Most of the times it's really just quick 2 to 5%. Even if you can average, yeah, even just 2% a month, right? If you go with the company Darwin X, right? That's enough to get you connections with investors and stuff like that. Like actual investors, not no prop firms. Because prop firms, like even though I trade prop firms, they're not a good way to tell if you're a good trader long term, because at the same time you can easily blow a prop firm account, restart, and get a payout and stuff like that. And I analyze some other profitable traders. They do have a 10% drawdown as well. So it's not a really a good way, because if they're risking a certain amount, that's their strategy. They can easily hit 10, 15, 20% drawdown. But you see their overall returns. That doesn't matter. Their drawdown to return ratio is phenomenal. I think they look for at least full time 2.5. I think it's 2.5 times the drawdown. So if your drawdown is like 20%, maybe they're looking for at least like 40, 50% returns. Like if your drawdown is that like overall. To me, this area still looks clean just because the fact that it's just been rejecting off of this area. So just a clean breakout. Just like I said before, I think I keep repeating the same thing. Just take a look at gold real quick. Okay, gold not doing anything right now because it's just falling right here. I still can expect this right here. Then one thing about my trading style, like if my bias is failing, that doesn't mean I'm taking trades. It just means I can just walk away. But this area is still in a good area where, if we can push out and make a move. Let me actually see what time it is. It's almost 10 o'clock right now. I got about like 2 hours. So I'm still good to stay on trades. But yeah, that's let me continue with what I was saying with the Darwin and everything and the track record. That's one of the reasons why I I signed up with them is because you don't lose your account after hitting a 10% drawdown or anything like that. They allow you to just trade your system and it actually tracks it instead of you have a platform account and then you end up losing it and now that track record is gone. Because I did have a track record with one of my platform accounts from last year, but now I can't show it no more because I don't have the account anymore. I mean, like I technically do, but I can't really do anything with the account because I'm so close to the max drawdown. I can't even risk how much I want to risk. If you get what I'm saying. So now, if I wanted to show it to an investor, it's like I can't really show it to an investor. Like I tried out their company like 2023, but I don't even think I traded it. I think I only placed the one trade, then I just stopped trading it because then I was like more. I didn't see the point for it at the time because I was thinking more short term. I was like, let me just trade the prop firms because Darwin X, yeah, they give you all this freedom, but when you get the capital allocation, they only pay you 15%, a 15% performance fee. So in my head, I was like, doesn't make really make sense when we have prop firms, we get 80% splits and stuff like that. But I signed up again this year because I shifted my mindset because we have to we're constantly changing. Our views are gonna change as we get older. But my mindset has shifted to why don't I trade both of them? Because if I think in the long term, yeah, they're paying a 15% performance fee. If I'm able to have this track record and I'm getting what 8 million, 10 million, 20 million, 30 million under my belt over time over the years, and that money is actually going to add up. And not only that, now I'm opening doors for possible other connections. So the fact that because there's even benefits to even having social media and YouTube and stuff like that. The fact that I have online presence and the fact that if I'm building the track record with them, they're gonna be okay. This trader has a proven track record. Let's talk to him. Let's talk business, and let's see how we can help each other out because investors they want their money to grow, yeah, and they're gonna fund if you don't have that much capital, basically. So my idea is for the long run, and I don't know how long prop firms are still gonna be around as well. So it's just taking extra steps because, like I talk about, trading is a business, so you just gotta be prepared. So if you notice, like I try to stay as prepared as possible when it comes to trading because like I love trading. I need to think about it like a business. So I'm prepared just in case prop firms are not here in the future. I already started from now to building the track record, and all that. So if anything were to happen to prop firms, maybe in the future, 5 years from now, I'll have like 20, 30 million already a bigger personal account because I'm not thinking short term. I don't want just $1 million personal account. I want something bigger than that. And even if I get like a $30 million trading account, I'm likely still gonna be on YouTube because trading, like I said, is boring. I don't have anything to do, and I'm not trying to think about the charts all day. And it would be cool to. I feel like it's cool to show people what's possible. That's so. Thing about my channel is it's not like you're gonna see you not it's not like you saw me at a certain point. You saw the progression throughout the videos because It's like you can always go back to my channel history and verify what I'm saying. So it's even better. It's like if I have my YouTube 10 years, 20 years from now, how old would I be 20 years? I'll be 40, 41. But if I had my YouTube like 10, 20 years from now, it's like it can help a lot of people because they can see what I went through and what I did, so they can potentially decide if they want to go through the same thing to become a trader or they want to just quit. Because that's all my channel is about, is just transparency. Transparency, showing the journey. Still the same bias, because still just moving up in a straight line like this. Just waiting for more. I have to wait for more of a drop since it's all the way up here. I need to wait for more of a drop down. But yeah, and if the bias fails, there's just nothing for me to do. I can just easily do that, and then there's nothing to do. Yeah, what can I talk about as well? Maybe in the future I'll even create a, if once this channel grows, because the channel is eventually gonna grow, as long as I stay consistent. But once the channel grows, I might even just create a second channel on like investing specifically, because I do also like invest in the stock market and stuff like that. So I feel like that would be like a good branch off as well. Just different ideas, ways I could stay off the charts. Then when you're on your journey as well, you want to just make sure you have a clear plan on your goals and your why for trading as well. You want to have all that packed down, because if you think about your trading journey, like your trading journey is like you driving a car, and if you don't have a map to get to your goal, to your destination, you're gonna be lost. You're gonna be all over the place, and it may potentially take you longer to get to your destination. Like there was this time where I was driving and my phone had died, and I didn't know where I was at, and I needed the map. I I still had some idea, like I knew where I was at, but I didn't know how to get home from there, because my phone is dead. I don't have no charger, nothing. So I eventually did get to my destination. I eventually did get home, but it took me way longer because I was all over the place. I had to drive, see if I recognize signs I recognized before as well, and Eventually, I got home like 2 hours later. No joke. I got home 2 hours later. My destination was supposed to take like just an hour, but I got home 2 hours later. So yeah, you can go without your plan, but just know if you do you're going in your trading journey, you don't have a definite plan to get to your goal, it's gonna take you way longer to get to that goal, or you might not even get to that goal at all. You might be just stuck where you at, or it might just discourage you from even trying. I think that was a very um good analogy for it. Destination. And what do I mean by like an actual plan? Let me even go deeper. 'Cause I'm making sure whoever watching this, whoever ends up watching the recording is gaining that value, because most people are not gonna sit through an hour too long just watching shorts. But how, like, what's the plan? What is a good plan? Actually coming up with finding a system. There's tons of trading system online. I don't care what you trade. I don't care if you trade on how I trade. You trade ICT, SMC, support and resistance, regular concept. Find your strategy, right? And do a case study of that strategy too. A case study is basically just finding areas where price, just finding those times, like going back in time, looking at the areas, being honest with yourself, because you got to be honest. Whenever it doesn't work, you have to be honest with yourself during the case study, and just back test it, back test it, keep going, back test it. That's giving you the experience right there. But it's not complete without the demo testing phase, the forward testing, because the only reason why demo testing is not the same as live condition. It's not only because it's not real money, but it's because the patience. The patience is different when you're actually waiting for the charts. Because if I was in back testing mode, think about it real quick. Think about it. If I go through back testing mode, do a bar replay. Me also. I go through bar replay mode, right? And you just click and waiting for your setup. Look how fast this happened. All this is happening fast. You might have even found a setup right here. So oh, on a lower time frame probably, but you might like all this clicking through happens fast. So this doesn't feel like you're waiting. But in reality, this from right here, you notice is a lower time frame. So right here, you just click through 4 hours just like that. 4 hours and yeah, 4 hours. That's 4 hours of waiting that you did not feel during back testing, that you need to feel during your demo testing of actually following the system, proper risk management, all that. Now, like I recommend doing that for 6 months, because now you can see like, okay, how does my strategy perform? How do I handle actually waiting for the setup, right? 'Cause now you're getting used to actually um waiting basically, because patience is the probably I'm not gonna give it a number, but patience is one of the things that causes traders to lose a lot of money, because they can't wait for the actual setup. They cannot wait. They need to get involved now. But yeah, and maybe it's because the candlesticks they're seeing money from the candlesticks, but a good tip that can help you not see the candlesticks as money is just to have another source of income that's paying really good. I don't care if it's a job you have that pays really good, you have a business that's making you good money. As long as something else is making you good money, you're not gonna be focused on trying to make money right here. I heard of this term, this thing called like if you try to chase the money, it's gonna run further away from you. You're too worried about the money. You're trying to chase it. So instead, well, what you need to do is just focus on the process. And like if you have a business already, you should know that because your unless your business just happens to take off very quickly, like if you actually like did the work to grow your business, you know that the process got you to that point. Not trying to chase the money because if you chase the money, it was like you be you basically just quit because you you wouldn't you wouldn't stick to those points where you're only making $50 a day. You wouldn't stick to those points because in your eyes it's not a lot of money. Same thing with trading. If you can't stick to those periods where you're only making maybe 50 a month, $50 a month, you're not gonna improve because you got to remember all the actions you do today they affect your future. Let me just go deeper into that. The actions you do today affects your future. So, example, if if I show up to the charts every single day and I'm patient for what I look for and what I'm used to, it's gonna reward me in the future. I don't know when throughout the year, but it's gonna reward me through withdrawals, right? Same thing if you work out the actions you do today. If you're working out consistently, the actions you did today is going to give you a better physical body in the future. If you constantly work on your business, and you're growing it, the actions you do today affects the future. But if you're constantly lazy, not putting in your work into trading, not doing the proper work, you're playing around, you keep doing the same bad actions, you keep over risking, you keep doing that, it's gonna affect the future because now all you're gonna have under your belt is just a whole bunch of blown accounts. You feeling that like you're not making any progress, and so on. But yeah, I actually like how price is moving right now. If we can have this clean, like if it's clean enough of a break, then I can see how basically the next candles move. I would like a break like under these lows as well, like momentum. I want to see momentum in this move. I ain't gonna jinx the candlesticks though. I'm gonna let it do what it's doing. But yeah, what else can I talk about? Actions you do today. Like even though my strategy has evolved over time, the actions that I did back like towards the end of 2022 affected the future. Whether it's me only, whether it's me was losing some funded accounts and gaining some, but I'm still happy because I have more funding than when I first started. And I know that's going to continue the action because of the actions I'm doing today. Yeah, just like with YouTube too. Like even though I post because it's to show my journey and all that, it's not about the money. there's gonna be a byproduct of that as well. Me posting so consistently, me just giving value, even if a lot of people don't see that value, there's gonna be a certain type of group that's attracted. That's what I'm trying to cater to. But the actions I do, the byproduct of that is eventually I'm gonna have an extra income from YouTube as well. If you really think about it, just for posting videos on something I'm already doing, think about that. It's a byproduct of the actions I'm doing today. Yeah, if we can close like this, I'm very interested in what Price has to offer. Yep. This shows me momentum right here. I like this. This is beautiful. Um, what I want to see now is Price to print this candle. I want this candle to basically print without taking out the previous candle's low. So it took out the previous candle's low immediately. So I want this candle to print, then another candle to print that doesn't take out the low of this candle. So we just gotta wait. And as long as we don't take out this overall low before we do that, I am fine. This low right here, that's that overall low that I'm looking at. But yeah, price is looking good. I waited. But just because I waited, the job isn't finished because I didn't get a trade yet. I still gotta wait a little bit more. And either two things can happen. I could have did all this waiting just for price to do that, and there's nothing to do. You gotta be okay with that. If you're not okay with missing trades, you're just gonna be in that on category of not being patient. But yeah, what else can I talk about while I'm waiting? Because we got a good. Let me even see on what. Yeah, we have some good time before we can before price do it. That's what we're trying to expect. So we just gotta wait. So basically, this candle is gonna close at 10:25. So around 10:30, if price can set up good, I'll most likely be in the trade. But if it doesn't look clean, but or it's not ready yet, then I'm not taking the trade. The process. And that's why I was talking about the actions you do today will affect your future. So if you're just constantly not patient, you're just gonna results are gonna show that. There's so many ways to view the markets too. Like the same way I'll just like there could be another trader that sees the same thing I'm seeing but in a different way. That's why I don't bash other strategies or anything like that. And that's why I just say like whatever you want to trade, just as long as you test it and it works for you, that's all that matters. So I'm gonna be entering my Effectify first if it can set up. Then I'm gonna quickly go to on my 5%. So basically with this. I can get it prepared by just having the tab open, so I don't waste any time to set stop orders. Even though it doesn't have to set up, I can be prepared. Business is about preparation, so I can prepare myself by having these tabs open from now. Just like that. Have a pendant waiting like that, as that already on. So when I'm ready, I can just drag it. Okay, let's see. Preferably, I would like for this candle to pause now because it looks like if we take out this low, it might just hit the overall low, but we just gotta see. So I'm gonna set up everything. Let me stop talking right now. Yeah, that makes sense. 39,052, 0.89, 39, 1, 39, 20. Did I get that right? 39, 139, 20. That's the order. Let me just do this right here. I'm gonna set it up like this. I'm gonna do the 5%ers account first right here. 39,057. Ends up taking out the low. So there's nothing for me to do right there because price ended up taking out the low right there. So what I will have to wait for is basically the same thing. So as long as we don't let me draw it out right here, we don't take out this overall low. I'm still good. Yeah. So I'm basically still waiting on my yeah. So we just waiting. So this candle is gonna close at 8:30. So probably by 8:35, if everything aligns, then we may begin the trade. Pushing down with momentum. then my stops wouldn't be right there. My stops would probably be, let me see, yeah, yes, my stops would be right there. Let's see if this candle can print before I'm taking out this low right here. So I'm gonna get everything prepared. You know, that's perfect. Um, okay, it ended up just, yeah, what is it? Yeah, it ended up just taking out that overall low. There's nothing to do. Yep, nothing to do because price took out the overall low, and I just wanted to get myself somewhere positioned before it took out the low. But it is what it is. There's nothing I could do about it, even though this setup was clean and falls nicely against the 10, which was what I was expecting and waiting on. You don't always get what you're waiting for. And you got to realize that during when you was back testing as well, it was times when you was waiting for your setup, but it didn't play out. So what's my game plan? So if you notice, every time I will always tell you about the game plan after. The game plan is so I wouldn't want price to basically snap back into range and create a setup. So I don't want it to come back up and make a setup again. Because at this point, I will see this like as consolidation. I like when it's just a straight move, create a setup, go. So what do I expect? Or what do I want to happen? So it's 10:30 right now. Let's see. What I want price to do is probably make a move out of this area now because this area is seemed as completed in my eyes, right? Make a move, pause, create the setup. Yep, that makes sense to me. Yeah, and to do. And we're gonna take a look at other meta looking good. Oh, meta looks good. Meta looks actually good. But I would need one thing. So we have a low right here. I would need. So did we? So we paused right here. We flushed up here, right? So what I would want price to basically do after this candle prints at 11, wait for one more candle. That would be 11:30, and then I'll have to wait for the setup. Yeah, this actually looks clean to potentially wait because yeah, it could set up before 12 because this candle closes at 11, right? Based on 30 minutes. And if we assume the next pullback happens at 11:30, which is that pause we need, go on a lower time frame, and maybe the rest of the time is used to basically create a setup on the confirmation of lower time frame. Something I gotta keep in mind here is this consolidation right here, consolidation area. But as long as price makes just a nice move upwards, it doesn't really come deep into that consolidation. Or even if it does, the setup needs to happen not inside of here, but somewhere down here. But like that. I do like metal. Let's put that at the top right here. Gold is dropping off the face of the earth. And guess what? I still I'm still long on this. But I'm just gonna ignore the short term price action. Right here. So because look, if we look at what's happening from a larger scale, look at the context time frame. I know y'all don't know what these labels mean, but it's the same cycle. We flushed, pausing against the 10, pushed higher, pausing against probably the 20s, may stop by, but as a trader for the 5 minute, it's nothing for me to do. It may be time for another trader who maybe is a 1 hour trader to wait for something because we moved to the 50 nicely and cleanly. So if they create a setup where it pushes up, pauses, that would be like a 1 hour entry, which I would probably eye for a challenge or something because I would switch my time frame. So yeah, and look at that. Price is taking out the low. Like I wanted it to, but sometimes you don't get what you want. Yeah. There's probably some fractal entries in here, but I'm not worried about it. Like fractal entries just mean like there was a entry on a lower time frame. So if you look at the wicks, this wick was the down move, right? And then it closed up here, and then it made the pause on a lower time frame, and then went through the low. So it went up, then down. Maybe let me see if I can find some clarity. Like this, right here. This is that exact area. So simply like if I was in a trade, which I can actually look for potential opportunities for a 1 minute or for just a challenge trade. Yeah, I could look for potential opportunities, but I don't think price is setting up for it's gonna set up for my limited accounts this session. I'm gonna end the stream, trade the challenge all stream because if y'all want to watch that, mainly just check out the challenge series. But yeah, simply my simple management that I have now is just to if I get an entry, I trail with this 10 EMA. Like if price, and what I mean by that is as long as price is under it in a sell position, I hold it. Once the candle closes above that 10, then I'll close the full position. So many management, you don't have to overcomplicate it. Yeah. you can see the difference between this market condition right here versus this one, and that's why I'm saying like I could switch. I know when to switch my time frames because of time frame alignment. Because if I was trading a 1 minute in this area, it was moving. It wasn't showing clarity in this area, but you can tell like this market condition versus this one is completely different, right? So why would I trade this on the 1 minute? It wasn't aligning. So what would I basically look for? Oh yeah, I'm getting carried away talking about these challenges. But so like I said, in order for me to take a trade for these funded accounts, I need price to, push down a little bit more, pause against the 10 and reset up. Because, price wanted to move without us. Yeah. Actually, yeah, if it pauses right now, it wouldn't be too bad. As long as it comes up in a straight line like that. Yeah, this still can set up. So I'm mainly looking at this US 30 and potentially Meta for opportunities. Yeah. If I trade Meta, I won't be able to get in for I don't think any of my funded accounts. Let me see. Do I have Meta here as a option to trade? Nah, wait, do I? Do I? No, I'll probably just trade like if I get a trade for Meta, I'll probably just trade it for I have a Darwin X account, so I'll trade it for my Darwin X account only because I have stocks on it. But yeah, but the ideal scenario is for US 30 to set up because at that point I can get involved with all the accounts. That's the ideal scenario. Actually, I don't even have US 30 on Darwin X, so my game plan could be like this. So this is my game plan. If price sets up for Meta, I'll be in the trade for my Darwin X account only because that's what I have. And if price sets up for US 30, I'll be in either one or two funded accounts, depending if I get a chance to enter both at the same time. So you see how I just plan things ahead of time. What I could do as well is so I don't miss anything while I'm waiting for Meta, because Meta is like the closest one to potentially doing a setup. I can have a alert by this 20, so I know when it's coming close to that 50 to have a confirmation to go lower. I can basically just do this. Me set an alert. Um, 20, same as the chart. Only once. Yeah, we don't need it multiple times. You can just create that alert right there. Yeah, yeah. This one. So like I talked about, if Meta wants to set up cleanly, so you see how it just comes up nicely like this. We don't play around much. We come up nicely. If we can just do this, where we come down, make like a small pause. I'll sell stop below for a continuation. Simply like that. But it has to happen down here, somewhere down here. I don't want it to happen in this area right here. I want it to happen like set up to happen right here. Let me get that out of the way. all I'm doing is just looking at the story in the market. And it's not just any move down, like I say, and all the time in the stream. It has to make the move, pause. It gets the 10 and 20. It can't break through. As long as it doesn't break through, that's the one thing I don't want to happen. Breaking through. I don't want it to break through if it does that. Because if it does, depending on how it looks, I would have to wait for like a break of that low and then wait for a more cleaner move. All right. So what I see right now is we can close. All right. If we can close like this, I would actually like this. Close like this, and then we make a pause. I would actually like that because this is showing me exactly what I want. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what's going on now. Just more waiting. This candle took out this low, and then so if this candle can close like this, we can have one more pause. Then I'm happy to look for the potential entries. So I'm gonna actually get everything prepared. like this makes sense. Mm, mm, mm. So if price can basically pause right here without breaking through that 20 on the 20, the 20 is the maximum right here, then this would be on good opportunities for me. So mm, oh yeah, yeah, that just redid a move right there. This is still judging by the story on what price is doing right now. This still is clean. Wait for a reset up because it's still like it's just a straight move. Either one of them is still like a straight move. You see the volume, so what I'm waiting for it is that overall low. So basically, in price to push down, pause, get my entry as a sell stop like that. If it doesn't do that, there's nothing to do. And then if we just take a look at, hmm, perfect. I didn't expect price to be all in it right now. So yeah, clear move like that. If price can basically what are we doing on the highest movement? Oh, I gotta wait for this candle close, so we have that pause. So at 11:30, I'm gonna see what's going on. So these are one of those moments where I can stay fully on the chart to just see Meta. I'm looking between Meta and USD. That makes sense to me. If I'm being honest, me waiting for this area, it's likely not gonna play out. Right? Anything is possible, but I feel like it may just consolidate in this area before breaking down, creating the setup. US 30 just looks more clean, but I have to wait by 10:30 for this pause. So we have 5 minutes for this candle to close right here. That pause I'm waiting for. So far everything is moving in line. What I just want to see is price to basically do the same thing that I've been saying. This is one of those type of setups where it has to be like a one and done, basically. So if it basically, I just want the setup to happen and go. But if it ends up just playing around in the area, doing whatever, then I'm not interested because now I can see this as overall consolidation. So yeah, just gotta wait. Okay, so far something is starting to look. Nothing's really happening right now. We still have this straight move up. Small bit of consolidation right here. I just need price to push out of this range. Preferably like just break it with momentum below this low. Hitting the setup. So it's 11:43. So this candle closes at 11:45. I'm trying to see if it makes sense to stay on the chart. So since this is a 5 minute chart that I'm waiting on, if I assume the next candle would print like this, hitting a move like that, because anything is possible. If I assume the next candle does this, that would be 11:50. And if I assume the next candle pauses like how I want it to do, that'll probably be around 11:55. And yeah, 11:55, 12. So yeah, that's a good reason for me to stay on the chart a little bit longer. I always do this towards the end. Yeah. Okay, let me see what's going on here. So almost 12. This candle is gonna close at 5. So it's unlikely that price is gonna make a setup because yeah, it's unlikely. So I'm gonna hop off the stream, show up tomorrow, follow the same rules, and see what we do.